Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Transfers with Ash, the penultimate episode at that, with the transfer window closing next week. And a lot's happening. A lot is happening. There's still a lot to happen. The last week on and off the pitch have been really good for the club. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm obviously going to be discussing the incomings and outgoings for Arsenal Football Club. And yeah, let's get to it. So obviously we've announced the signing of Eberechi Eze this week, and what a moment, man! I spoke about it on my review following the Leeds 5-0 victory. Obviously that deal was announced, like confirmed, at 5 o'clock on Saturday, half an hour before kickoff. Eze was then presented to the fans 10 minutes before kickoff, and it was just a beautiful moment, man. A beautiful moment. You could see the genuine happiness and emotion on his face that he's finally returned to his club, the club that he supports, the club that let him go at 13 years old, unfortunately. But he's worked his way, he's grinded, he's grafted, and he's made his move back to the club to hopefully achieve great things, because yeah, he's a player at the top of his game. He's in the prime of his career, and he's ready to make that step up to a massive club and win trophies. So obviously he's done that with Palace. He's won his trophy. He's got a taste for it. He said it in his interview, but now he wants to go on and win more and win bigger trophies. So yeah, hopefully this will be the club for him. And I'm not gonna lie, I've got no doubt that he's gonna smash it. He's got the number 10 shirt, the iconic 10 shirt, well deserved, and I think he's just gonna slot in perfectly. He's that maverick that we need, the player that can create something out of nothing, draw 2 or 3 defenders to him to create space for others, make a wonder pass, a bit of skill to get out or get into a dangerous position, get shots off, score goals, create goals. I think he's such a good footballer, man. Such a good footballer, and I can't wait for him to make his debut, which will hopefully be on Sunday at Anfield, which would be massive. But yeah, the Eze deal's done, and he adds to a long list of names. Andrea Berta is cooking. Yeah, it's been a turbulent summer, a really turbulent summer with ups and downs. There's been times where we thought that we weren't doing enough, that the club weren't doing enough, but the club have shown that non-stop they've been working behind the scenes. So yeah, we've got the Eze deal over the line to add to the likes of Gyökeres, Madueke, Norgard, Zubimendi, Kepa, Mosquera. Like, there's just name after name, really. And there's still possibilities for more. So we'll move on to that. We've been linked with the Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapié. I think I've said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's like a left back, centre back hybrid. Very, very similar to a Calafiori type player. It looks like that deal is something we're going to advance on, but it's dependent on Kiwior moving off. And it is looking like he's getting very, very close to a move to Porto. The numbers that they're talking about at the moment is around the 27 million euros mark. And it being a loan with obligation. I don't think it's great money. I don't think we've done very well there, but we'll see what the final figure is. We're not going to jump the gun. But yeah, if that happens, I'm sure we'll go in for Hincapié. But the price is steep. It's steep. Leverkusen want around 60 million euros. I think he's got a release clause. I believe that he's told them that he wants them to negotiate at around 45 to obviously make the move happen. And he's decided he wants to join Arsenal Football Club because pretty much an hour before we were announced to be advancing on a deal with him, he was linked with Spurs. So we've done it again. Yeah. At this point, it's bullying. I'm telling you, we're just taking everyone that they want. So yeah, it's another funny one. But hopefully that deal does go through. I don't know too much about the player, but from what I hear, he's very, very good athletically. He's in many ways can be similar to Kiwior, but he's got the athletic and physical attributes that Kiwior probably lacks. He can be someone that can get down the touchline, get crosses in. He's also a beast from set pieces, and I'm sure Arteta loves that. So yeah, he looks like something that obviously I want to look into him a bit more, especially if the deal does happen. But it's looking like a good bit of business. And there's still that talk of a left winger on the horizon. We're still hearing the name Rodrigo from Real Madrid. I don't personally think that will happen, and if it doesn't, I'm not mad. But yeah, he's clearly not having the best of times at Real Madrid. He made a start on the weekend, but he came off for Vinicius, and he looked really unhappy when he came off. And yeah, it remains to be seen what happens with that one. I think that if that does happen, it will happen very, very close to deadline day, and it will also be dependent on our outgoings, which I'm going to move on to now. I've already touched on Kiwior, who's looking likely to leave. I'm hearing the Fulham deal for Reece Nelson's actually nearing a close as well. It's looking like that's going to be a loan with obligation, similar to the Kiwior deal. Not sure on the figures yet, but yeah, that's something that we've heard about all summer, and I expect that one to happen. An interesting one is there has been some reports, I don't know how strong, of a Saudi bid of 80 million for Martinelli. If that is true, I am driving him to the airport now. No disrespect, but I am doing that. That is money you cannot turn down for that player. A player that has stagnated. 80 million would be unbelievable. I'm not too sure if he would be interested in that move. I know he's previously said he's really, really happy at Arsenal and wants to stay. But with the addition of Eze, could he be rethinking? So yeah, if we do let Martinelli go, we possibly do look to bring in another left winger. But yeah, in terms of the outgoings, that's pretty much it. We still haven't heard anything really concrete about Zinchenko, Lokonga, Vieira. All these players are still here, and we need to get them out, balance the books. But yeah, I think Karl Heinz gone. I can't remember exactly where he's gone. Someone put that in the comments for me. I know he's gone on loan. Like I said, Kiwior's nearing an exit, but yeah, we're still waiting to hear news on the likes of Zinchenko, Vieira, and Lokonga. So we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, stay tuned. It's a big final week of the window. The window closes on the 1st of September at 7 o'clock. So make sure you put that in your diaries and your calendar. And yeah, I'm going to get my last transfers with Ash video for the season out just before deadline day, hopefully. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And we'll see you for the next one.